Good morning, Year 9. Welcome to Term 2. I'm here to talk to you about Week 1 and your work that needs to be completed and where to find it, and hopefully I can answer some of the questions that you might have straight off the board. So firstly, you'll be going into the new workspace, which is Term 2 Survival, Year 9 Term 2 Survival. When you get there, you'll find a few different sections. So up the top here so far, there'll be little bits and pieces added, I'm guessing, as we go, but there's just some examples of a survival journal, which I'm going to talk to you about in a minute. Now, that's where you can go on. You can see that my one's there at the moment, and others might get added up there. And we're going to go through some of these activities with you, so you can always connect in and see what we're up to and how we're writing it. It gives you a working example of what you're doing there. Your flashpoint information here, nothing's on there yet. You'll get that information in the coming weeks when we're ready and feel like we're in a position that we should be presenting that to you. But that's where that information will go. In terms of your weekly work, it'll be really clear. It'll be under Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, and so forth. So let's just go into the different sections that you will be working through. Firstly, with last term, there's the workflow document. So that's over here. Now, once you've signed in to class, begin your lesson here to find out the learning goals and ask any questions you have. This is essentially a spot where you might have lots of questions that we could share. So that's where you pop that information there, all those questions that you might have. And when it is time that you would be jumping on to show us that you've actually engaged with your work this week, that would be a spot where you would do that. So just showing you what that looks like. So we've got here, Term 2, Survival, Week 1, so it won't have periods like we used to have, or the lessons like we used to have, because we are we're creating a different model. That this is where the information will be for the week. So you've got number 1 for Week 1, watch the screencast for this week. You're watching me now, so tick, good job. Then there's the 20 to 30 minutes of Education Perfect, signed, and I'm going to so I'll show you through that, and you should all have your Getting Stuck In Education Perfect links already from previous years and from other subjects that you do. Then there's the completing the Week 1 week tasks, and then there's the glow. So we felt that it's a really important idea to continue with that reflection and that learning, and that fits really nicely in also with your NPDL work. Okay, so just because we're not connected in physically doesn't mean that we're not still collaborating, that we're not still building character. These are still things that you can reflect on, and we're going to do that through a survival journal. Okay, you've got our email addresses here in case you need to contact one of us. And then down here, you've got your questions and answers, so you can ask questions and we'll pop your answers in there. So let's move back in. In here and in orange, you're going to have your classwork. So we've got Week 1 instructions. That's where the screencaster file will sit. It'll be there once I'm finished recording it. And then there's a Getting Stuck In, which is your Education Perfect work that we're setting in 2-week allotments. Okay, so then over here in the blue, what you've got is your Week 1 work. So let's just jump in firstly into this section here, which is the Education Perfect. And you can see there that I need to sign myself in. I think that's pretty self-explanatory what you'll need to be doing into your Getting Stuck In terms of that, 20 to 30 minutes a week, okay? So then if we jump back out into Hapara again, you'll come over here to this section. So Week 1 work, we jump in here. So you're going to be reflecting this week on what survival means. Watching videos, what are the characteristics? Looking at real life survivors. Research. Terms. Okay. So, and then there's a Padlet for you to complete as well as your survival journal. And then you need to submit those tasks. Okay, you can hear lovely Adeline in the background. Very happy at the moment. Finally, very quickly, you have your My Survival Journal. There's already a screencast on that, so you can jump in there and look at that. Have a great week, guys. Thank you.